In my eyes, this heist is a mix of Hoxton Breakout Day 1 and Heat Street. It's easier than both, but I'd say the execution is better. As you know, Heat Street can be annoying because you have to babysit Matt for some time by yelling and staying right next to him. Vlad isn't as annoying in this case. The entire heist is basically clearing the path for him by doing various objectives, so it's similar to Hawks Out. I also believe there's more covered compared to Breakout, so that's nice. Visually, the heist is not that great, but it's not a big deal. It's also not very difficult. I finished it on my first try on the SOD without any difficulties, but that's also up to you if you prefer easier or harder heists. Just like Dragon Heist, it's pretty optimized. I don't recall dropping below 60 frames per second, although I didn't pay too much attention. Nonetheless, the performance was good enough for me not to notice anything. On top of that, the new track is pretty dope. For some reason it slightly felt like Cyberpunk, at least for me, but that's not a bad thing at all. My rating overall would be 7 out of 10. I do recommend the heist. As for the patch notes, oh boy. Let's talk about the important stuff, and by that I mean the muscle buff. In what world did it require any buffs compared to other weaker decks? Yes, it was not top tier, but it was better than like half the decks at least. The weirder part is that Overkill tried to make it more viable on Death Wish, according to what they said. I don't get it. There's another, and even worse issue though. As you may know or not, Muscle and Kingpin share one card together. So by buffing Muscle, they also buffed Kingpin. It was not intended and will probably be patched soon, but still, wow. Rating, what the fuck out of 10. For Mastermind there's nothing special. Grab Inspire Ace with Painkillers and move to Enforcer. In the Shotgunner tree, let's go for the skills that will boost our primary the most. So Shotgun CQB for faster reload, Close by Ace for more ammo, and obviously Overkill to boost our damage. Since there's no partners in crime, we will need something else to reach the 2-shot breakpoint with Anarchist. So our target in the tank tree is Iron Man. For that we'll go for Resilience Ace since it's a great skill that prevents downs from random flashes that happen way too often. Die Hard Basic because it can be pretty good on Anarchist, and Transporter Basic just to reach the tier 4 skill above. It's also good on heists where you need to move bags or goats. Then go for Bullseye Ace since it's amazing on this deck, and there's no real need for Shock and Awe Ace because AP Judge can pierce shields. The last skill we'll take in Enforcer is Scavenger Basic, insanely good for its price. The only thing we'll need from this tree will be Surefire Ace. Unfortunately, taking Steady Grip is a requirement here, but to prevent further accuracy boosts, you should go for Heavy Impact Basic. Why? Because generally for shotguns, it's better to have low accuracy because of how they work. We have Surefire Aced, so let's make even more use of it by adding Dire Need Aced. To reach it, go for Duck and Cover and then Inner Pockets to get a bit of concealment. Then just go for the usual Silent Killer tree because crits are good. And finally, the Brawler tree. The priority here are Berserker and Frenzy. Get Blood first Ace since the weapons can benefit from it, then obviously Zerg since it's Anarchist, and Frenzy Basic is very important. Frenzy together with Iron Man will allow you to tank 2 shots on armor. I have another version that will be better for most players. Instead of going for Iron Man with Frenzy, you could just go for Partners in Crime Ace. It will allow you to tank 2 shots and a sniper shot as well. The first version is not capable of doing this. The enemies will target you less. On top of that, you will have 9 lives and Hardware Expert. In general, it is indeed better. Except for people like me. I hate jokers, and here's why. It happens way too often for me, to the point where I avoid using them basically anytime I can. I also simply do not like relying on them for something as important as the 2-shot breakpoint on this deck.